as you might see from the way things are set up, a change has taken place. The camera I was using previously was cutting off footage in the middle, and it doesn't film past 12 minutes, so it was difficult to have a long recording. So it's better now, and hopefully it is not too much work. The one thing that using that small GoPro allowed was that it was very efficient in that ease, and I like ease. Ease helps a lot. Today I'm a little stunned by having been attacked by a dog again. And it's the same dog, a brown, very violent dog. He may not be violent to anybody else, but for some reason he's taken it upon himself to be violent towards me. And so I was walking and starting my walk, and he came and bit the heel of my shoe. Happily, he didn't get my flesh this time, but the last time he did, and he bit into my calf. Didn't break skin, but I'm not sure. It may be partially that he's terrified of me too. But I don't like that I now have to consider him every time I walk past that area. And I like that area. There's a Ganesha that was just painted gold and red and beautiful that I like to peer in at. It's very, very lovely to look at. So the way the camera is situated allows for a more distant connection with me. I'm not as in your face as I was with the small camera, which was right against my head, giving my head its unusual shape, exaggerating it, I would say. You can see me also. I can also drink my tea while I do this. And I like drinking my tea while I talk. It's soothing to my throat. It's a ginger tea. I cut up fresh ginger. I place it in boiling water. And I enjoy it a lot. It's very, very healing, both to the stomach and the throat. This spiciness that it has is really lovely. It was the replacement I started drinking when I stopped drinking coffee. Coffee disappeared from my regimen or my culinary menu about the same time as I stopped drinking alcohol. It was a purification time. It occurred in Romania, Bucharest. I remember my last drink there. I had it with this lovely man who was the bartender of this place, which I can't remember the name. I didn't know at that moment that I would not drink tequila again, or wine, or sake. It was just one of those moments. I was looking for tequila gold, a very I guess a delicious, it's hard to call tequila delicious, it's more a very potent brand of tequila, Cuervo, gold, very high-end. It was hard to find in Bucharest, and I found it at this place. And the young man who delivered it to me was so much fun, and we just had this moment together. He poured out a shot for me, and he poured one for himself because who knows why, and we both drank down our shot together. It was my last drink. Most people, when they stop drinking booze, go through withdrawals. I can't say it for some reason. Withdrawals. It's a tricky double syllable word that comes in the midst of some other difficult pronouncing. And that morning after having that shot, I said, well, if I am going through a purification rite, then I should eliminate coffee also. That was more difficult for me because the coffee addiction is not as clear as the alcohol addiction. It is so, I guess I would say, it's so integrated in society as something to have in the morning when one wakes up. But I did a very heavy inquiry and dialectic about it, and I decided that if this was going to be a purification time, if I was getting rid of all addicting materials, then coffee needed to go also. I wondered if, because when I drank coffee, I was very philosophical and very thoughtful. I wondered if stopping coffee, I would lose that philosophical depth. I realized that I really like ginger, both as a healing agent and as a spicy, palate stimulating drink. So I initiated that as my replacement. It was not easy at first. Ginger was not prevalent in Bucharest, Romania. I found, however, a box of processed ginger tea. Ironically, it was created in South Asia. I don't remember if it was Thailand, Malaysia, or even Indonesia, where we are now. But I started using that as my replacement. I liked it. It worked. I didn't lose my philosophical edge. So here it is, ginger tea. Ginger is the base of a lot of cooking in Indonesia, and it is the base of one of my favorite drinks, jamu, with turmeric, cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg, black pepper, sometimes a sweetener, sometimes other things. I love it. So it's working. From those tea bags, once we got to Asia, I was able to find ginger so easily. Ginger just is so prevalent. So I started cutting up ginger and putting it in the water, and that replaced the tea bags, which were much less lovely than fresh ginger. It's so interesting to be attacked by something, whatever. When one is traversing the world, going and doing one's business, and all of a sudden one is attacked by something. It feels hurtful in that way that is really hard to express. And I'm trying right now to dispel that feeling, but it even has made me cry. But as I said, I'm a crybaby, so I cry at a lot of things. I find it interesting how much I cry in relation to how warrior-like I am when I am doing a walkabout, almost impervious. I guess they go together. For most people, or most men, they don't go together. A warrior male is more likely to mock a crying male, seeing not that these two aspects of being work together. But they work for me. But I also think that my warrior nature is not a hateful, killing warrior nature. It is a warrior for peace, a warrior for love, a warrior for deep expression. That's the difference. That warrior who mocks the crying being, as I am, is a warrior to destroy things, a warrior to hurt others, a warrior to obliterate. This is not me. The warrior that I speak of when I use that term because war is a part of that word, is a being in myself who defies the intolerant in society. I defy you, the intolerant in society. I defy you, the racists in society. I defy you, the warrior. I am, in a sense, an anti-warrior. In my love, I can counter your hate almost perfectly. I am that part of the Tao that is the exact opposite of you. In a certain sense, that makes me a champion of peace and love. And in this day and age, there are so few of them. Almost all of my heroes in the past are beings who are champions of love and peace. And I am one of them. I know I am. So this new setup, this new camera setup feels all right. It's not as intimate as the other one, but I feel like perhaps the picture will be a little more gentle on the screen. I think that my head can be a little bit imposing. I live and express with my full heart without any outward understanding or an understanding from outward whether it is beautiful or not. I perceive myself not as a beautiful being, but as a being, as I said, of love and peace. I don't experience my singing as beautiful singing. I don't experience my melodies and my music as beautiful melodies and music. I experience them as deeply feeling melodies, a deeply feeling being, deeply feeling voice. In my life of full expression, many people have said praise, offered reflection, that they experienced a beautiful voice, that I have a beautiful appearance. The sweetie will say that to me. But I have no true knowledge of that. I have hated myself so much in my childhood and going into my teens, into my 20s, into my 30s, that it's the process of having moved away from that self-hating has not left me in a place of I am a beautiful being. That's not where I am. It is more a place of defiance. Whether you like me or not, I will express my heart to you. Whether you think me beautiful or not, I will express my heart to you. Whether you tell me to shut up, whether you tell me to go away, I will express my heart to you. That is where I am a warrior, unrelenting. And that's why I do walkabouts. I don't go on a walkabout because I'm full of ego about how great I am, how brilliant, how beautiful, how this or that. I go on a walkabout because I have an immense desire to express love and peace to people, to model this to others. It again reiterates the Balinese smile, which is so, and I will use beautiful because I'm coming from an objective place with them. Beautiful in its innocent openness, in spite of missing teeth, in spite of anything. And thus, their beauty is in that gentle, loving expression of a smile, in spite of those discrepancies that in the United States would be considered imperfect. Speaking of praise and those who have offered praise to me for what I have done in my expression, reminds me of something that I have recently experienced again. It causes me, when I respond to others, when I want to offer my congratulations, my praise, to do so in a certain type of way that is different from many. I will never, and I use the word never carefully, because never is speaking and implying infinity. Always implies infinity. So I'm very careful with these words. Never do this. Wow, you are so beautiful. That's such a beautiful, beautiful piece of music you just played. I love what you do. You're such a genius in what you do. However, those people didn't like it very much. They were making fun of you. They thought you were stupid and foolish. Do you understand what just happened? What happened was, this person offered me praise and congratulations, while backhandedly or quite directly offering me insults, no praise, devaluing what I do, undercutting it. That is no way of offering person praise and congratulations. I never do that, and I never will do that. I am also careful in congratulating people and praising people, because if one congratulates and praises, one stands by those words, one stands by those words.